I kind of alluded to it in the last video that I was having some issues with the blade safety on this thing, and lo and behold, I unplugged the plug down here, and two of these four, you can kind of see it, they're kind of garbled up a bit, and they're just kind of falling out, flopping out, they're just loose. It wasn't making a proper contact, and this thing has definitely seen some better days. It was just kind of hanging in there all cocked like, and you know, it probably wasn't doing its job either. So I took it out and bypassed it. Now, I've been reading some stuff online about people doing this, and obviously, if you choose to bypass the safeties in your machine, that's kind of your own deal. Definitely, it's not any of my responsibility for what you do or don't do with your machine. So keep that in mind. I'm not responsible for you screwing up your lawnmower or hurting yourself. This is just what I did for informational purposes. All I did was take all four wires out of the back of that thing and wired the two purple together, and then wired the two white wires together. So essentially that circuit is closed instead of open. So I'm going to stick it back there. And through some more trials and tribulations, I also forgot about this one, and I did remember that there is, all these safeties kind of work hand in hand with each other. So I did this with the seat safety too, which you can bypass these kind of half-assedly and just unplug them from the seat. Basically just unplug the plug from the back of the switch, and then you'll at least be able to start the lawn tractor and move it around. But you still won't be able to turn the blades on, and I completely forgot about that bit. So what I did was, again, this one is actually, I've had issues with all of these plugs, and this one, the metal piece had completely fallen out, and I was going to replace it. But instead of spending the money and trying to figure it out that way, I just decided to say screw it, and I tied all those together too. So I got my Genius Boost up, half choke, a little more. So as you guys saw, it works perfectly other than the reverse switch, which honestly what I'm probably going to do is just bypass that too, because I really don't need it. So that's easy enough. I can just look underneath the dash and figure out what wires those are, and you know, even if I wanted to just pull this out, put a normal toggle switch in, just so it constantly thinks it's being pressed all the time, I can do that as well. Not really a huge deal there. Well, so for the end of this video, I decided to get you guys a clip of me at least attempting to install this. Hopefully it'll fit. I really don't know if it will or won't, but should work accordingly. So here's the old switch, and here's the new one. The power wire goes on the center post right there. So I'm just going to fish these two wires through the top here. So the black striped one, I'm assuming, is power. There we go. And there we go. One brand new switch from a vacuum cleaner. So, yeah, I could have probably just connected those two wires together, but I'm not really all that worried about it. And honestly, I'd rather just redneck it with something like that. So let's give her a start and see what happens. I did have my battery tender on it. Don't need to use this anymore. And nothing. So unfortunately, we probably have a bad battery. Alright, so glove out of the way. And then I found that I get the best possible connection with the ground that's right there off to the side of the starter. Well, I can live with that, definitely. So I know probably the easiest way to bypass these safeties is what I did. However, the correct way to do it is probably just to remove those circuits completely from the wiring harness. Now, I could do that, and I could sort those out and figure out which ones go where, but honestly, that's going to take time, and I really have more pressing matters at the moment to deal with. Rewiring lawn tractors or bypassing a lawn tractor's safety switches is really not on the top of my priority list right now. However, the option is there should I choose to do it. That being said, I don't anticipate really having any issues with the way I bypass these, so they're probably going to be good to go if I'm honest. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for more.